So this video is about habit trackers. So earlier on this, at the beginning of the year, I made a video called Already Feeling Behind Before the Week Starts, with the intention to help us not feel overwhelmed or get a head start, and how to do this, you know, uh, at your own pace and not feel like you have to chase after results. And and I feel like it feels like to me like the middle of the year because I have done so much every single week without realizing it. And what I want to do is to share the tools that I use to help me um, get a lot done and at the same time not feel overwhelmed, um, and doing it at my own pace and still get the same results. So, what I really look at is the outcome, it's the journey um, of doing it and what I've learned from it. And so that's why I want to share this. I'm almost done. Actually, I have to say that I want to share this with you that I have finished my book. I just finished the last chapter um, a few days ago. So I'm really excited. And it's now, um, I'm actually focusing on dedication and acknowledgement. And then the book is going to be done, and I'm going to get the first level of proofreading done. And then it's going to be sent to beta readers. And and I'll wait for results to come back to me. And then it will be the launch. And so I will share the link with you when my book is published, um, and the launch date as well. But today, I want to share with you the habit tracker that I have been using, that I started off using. And as I got to work on these habits consistently, um, I didn't have to use this, but I just wanted to share what I started with, and then how I moved on to the calendar uh, with the monthly highlights that I talked about in the video um, before, which was which was the one that I shared, already feeling behind before the week starts. So this one I'm not sure where you can find it now, but I bought this, or I saw it at the beginning when like shortly after I read James Clear's uh, The Atomic Habits. And I'm not getting paid for this. I just really, really liked his book. And if you haven't read it, I recommend this book to you. It's by James Clear, The Atomic Habits. So anyway, shortly after I read his book, I was at chapters, Indigo chapters, and they were selling this pad, the habit tracker pad. And I've used it for a few clients just to get them started, and it's very, very helpful. Now, do you have to buy one of these? If you can find it, that's great. But if you don't, you can make one for yourself. You can use, maybe you can use the spreadsheet, Excel, um, or you can even draw it by yourself. You can make 30, 31 columns. um, One side here is the list of habits. So this is very, very well done, I think, because they just list, they have 5 rows of blanks. And so I believe in this. You don't have to, incorporate or try to create as many habits that, some of the habits that you want to um, have consistently. You don't need like 10 to be, to feel like, you're successful, or, to feel good about yourself. Even anywhere between 1 and 5, so just something small, something you really want to do, like, for example, maybe getting up early. You can't get up early and you want to start getting up at 7. So these are the little things, and it doesn't have to be every day, which I've talked about before. So I'm just going to share mine with you. Um, I have been very busy, and so, but I still want to keep my habits consistent. And so I may not have, try to beat myself up if I didn't get it. And so it is whatever I can handle. And so, for example, here I might have my first one is meditate for 30 minutes. Um, so whenever I meditate, I try to do, I used to start at 20 minutes, and now I've gone up to 30 minutes. And it's easy for me now. So I can, it's just a matter of whether I can do this every day. But because I don't want to beat myself up, I may not put how many times, or maybe I may not put daily. But if I get 3 times a week, 2 to 3 times a week, I'm very happy that I did it, because way before, like a couple of years ago, it was once a week. So now I have gone from once a week to 2 to 3 times a week, and I'm very happy with that, because it's better than nothing. And if I can get every day, it's even better. But that's something I am working towards. But it is what I can handle right now. And so let's say, and what I like about this, so you can make your own, and you can write, 1 to 30, because, well, this month we only have 28 days, it's February. But on other months, you have 30 or 31 days. And so then you put the total, right? So that's what is great about this, is that you can keep track. So something for myself is walking, because I have a lot of work, and I don't want it to make it about work. So, I might have, I want to get out there. So I walk, and how much do I want to walk? So I have now, using my iPhone, I have a tracker to track how many steps I take. And so if I can walk and get 5,000 steps in, I'm really happy. So I'll put 5,000 plus steps. Um, you know, I try to do every day, but I can't. So I left that blank. But really, um, ideally, you want to put how many times a week. If you can do 2 times a week for a walk, you can choose and write down 15-minute walk. That's great. I just went from minutes to taking steps. And I know that if I want to get 7,000 steps in, it's going to take me about 45 minutes at least. And so I know I may not have that much time. So that's why I decided to write down how many steps I take instead on this habit tracker. And so 5,000 steps, and here I have a total of 9. So, it's for me it's great, because that's like 2 to 3 times a week. So got 9 in this month. And then reading, reading a book, it's like luxury to me. If I can get some reading in, so instead of it's what you can handle. If you can do as little as 1 paragraph, especially when I taught students English before, I used to guide them to read like 15 minutes a day. But if they find time, it's like a trigger, they don't have time, then I'll say, can you handle reading 1 paragraph? And they say yes. And if they can handle 1 paragraph a day, that's great. It's better than nothing. Because soon enough, if you feel you have the time, because once you sit down, 1 paragraph is nothing. It's like a minute or so. And so you might keep reading, and before you know it, you're reading multiple paragraphs, and spending at least 15-20 minutes, and if the story is really good, you might end up reading for 30 minutes. But I don't recommend that, because you really want to be intentional and set a time frame for whatever you do. So if you choose 1 paragraph, then stick to the 1 paragraph until you want to improve the next time you you know change the habits up. So you might keep the same, but you might change it to and get to the next level. And so if you could handle one paragraph and you started feeling like you could take on more, then I'll say, okay, read 3 paragraphs a day, or read for 30 minutes, from 15 minutes to 30 minutes. So that's how we can consistently achieve those levels in being consistent with our habits. And for me, the next one was journaling, because I don't always get to journal. I'm writing my book all the time. Actually, I shouldn't say all the time. It's been like once a week, but for the past week, it was like, I got in 3 chapters because I had been doing other things, starting a new project, helping someone with starting a new business. And so it seems like the more projects I have, the more of my own things I can get done. So that's something, everyone is different. So depending on what you want to do, if you feel like you don't have a habit of like with self-love or self-care, and when I say that, I mean like, taking time for yourself, enjoying a cup of tea, looking at a beautiful view outside your window, just taking that time, like 10 minutes for yourself. If you don't get to do that, I suggest you use a habit tracker to help you with that, because that really helps you gain that balance and have that inner calm. And then my last one is exercising. So my exercise is gyrotonic, and that's once a week. And so I make sure, it's a commitment. I don't, unless I'm really sick, I don't miss it. It is something I love doing. It is something that I make sure I do. So I would put once a week, total is 4. But sometimes, if my gyrotonic instructor is free and I really feel like I want to get more in, I might do more. And if I do, then that's great. That's a celebration. But it's a celebration already for me to do, what I said I would do. And once I've committed them to them, then I would celebrate. And what I like about this is that at the bottom, he'll say, don't forget. So for me, it's like saying, okay, don't forget to write a chapter every week, because I wanted to finish my book sooner than 6 months. And I got to do that. So it's like 3.5 months, I think, that I got to finish my book. Now, like finish writing my book, not reading my book. But another thing I would say not to ever forget is to celebrate your achievements. Really, at the end of the month, you need to total them up and celebrate. What were you most happy about in achieving this? Like, what surprised you most? What can you now handle? What couldn't you have handled? But it's okay, because you still made an attempt. So it's a celebration no matter what. There is no too little. You're not any less if we didn't get it. It's just really to see how much you can handle. And the more you can see how much you can handle and you can achieve that, then you get to go to the next level. So it's not a big deal. It's just what is great. What is a big deal is that you get to do this. You get to try and do this. Commit to what you said you would do. And the other part I love is notes. So I might write check-in. So my check-in question is, what can I handle? If I haven't been able to do what I said I would do, what can I handle? And then I know how to set myself these goals, if you will, or intentions for the next time you create using this habit tracker to create new habits, or the same habits but be consistent with them in the next, like the following month. Okay, so my other one is celebrate. Again, here I put celebrate weekly results. Celebrate weekly results. So if you make one up, let's say you can't find this strip, of this pad, then you can make one up and you can basically, write anything, the questions that I said in the notes like that, or how you want to make reminders for yourself, however you want to help you improve. If that's what you want to do, like, getting to the next level, not feeling tired, not feeling burnout. These are the little things that can help you, especially if you don't like to go out. I shouldn't say don't like to go out. You really do want to go out and socialize, but you cannot find the energy to. And that's why planning, using your calendar to plan, and book that date, and then as the time comes, you can now use it as a habit tracker. Maybe I want to, make time to see a friend once a month, have coffee with a friend once a month. So these are the things, like habit trackers, can help you, to use it along with your calendar, and making appointments for yourself is what will help you gain balance. So it's not just one thing, but I do use multiple tools to help me. So yeah, what do you think you're gonna try this month? Are you gonna try making a habit tracker, or look for a habit tracker pad like this to help you? You can even take it out and pin it up, and you can maybe um, put them up after each month on your board, and then you can see the results as well, how far you've come, and the things that you can handle that you thought you wouldn't be able to handle, and how much you enjoy. So those are the best questions to ask yourself, is what have you learned from this, and what did you enjoy while trying this. Okay, so there we go. And if you like my video and want more content like this, be sure to subscribe, and like, and this will really support me to continue making videos like this, to help you feel not overwhelmed and not get burnt out, but to gain more inner peace and inner calm. All right, and thank you for being here. Find your flow, find your freedom, and check out my website for more information on coaching, leadership coaching, holistic leadership coaching. My website is www.composure-coaching.com. Thank you for being here. Take care.